we done smoked about half the cigar down during the pre-show.
I know.
Sitting here
Talking about
chatting.
babies and kids and
I'm already burned all the way down, man.
yeah, man. Talking about how the this generation don't want kids compared. We had a whole segment just before we went on.
It's just going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is interesting though, man. Like you said something about there's more 40-year-olds having kids than than teenagers.
This is the first time in history, and this is per some article I saw. I didn't read the whole article. I did the headline like all of y'all do, but that's what it said in the headline. Also in the headline, it talked about how, people are having less kids and we're in danger of society not continuing because it's just the average number of children.
Yeah, they're waiting later and later now. Waiting a little bit later and later. It
didn't say wait. Just said they're having less, and it's trending in a direction.
No, but I think it is more so of a weight, though. It is more so of a weight. We kind of talked about like how the generations are a little bit different, and not necessarily. I don't want to put the stigma of selfishness on it. There's a whole lot of factors that can be at play. You might have a separate set of opinions, but for me, I think it's more so of they look more for themselves. They focus more on themselves, more so than thinking about having kids. Before, like I know with my parents, they had all their babies when they were younger, young 20s. Some like you want to get them out the way. Even like my grandparents, my great grandparents, teens. You know what I'm saying? My great grandma started having babies when she was 12, but that was like you know what I'm saying the 1920s. But that's how like society was. Like you had a lot of teenage moms back in the day. I know we had this whole thing where we think like teenage mothers are a new thing, but when they came into puberty and they were able to have babies at the age of 12 and 13,
they're getting married and having babies.
Yeah. It was getting married off and sent over here, and Master was doing this and that, and
he was taking a little advantage in the back.
Yeah. But of course, as society has shifted and changed, we start looking at things a little bit different. But when you were 18, 19, 20, and adulthood came fast for those boomers back in the day. I was talking to my pops a couple nights ago, and just thinking about how old he was when he had 3 kids, taking care of his kids in the Marine Corps. And he was like, man, I was 20 years old trying to figure it out. Like, imagine I think he had me at 23? So he had 3 kids by the time he was 23, trying to make it happen. It was like, all right, get the kids, and then I'm going to figure it out. And I was like 30 years old. Now I'm too young to have kids. 34, 35. Now I'm too young to have kids. I ain't got my career all the way just yet. So I'm going to still wait and hold on. And then they end up being 40 years old, wouldn't have kids. That's what I feel like it attributes to in large part. Not saying in its totality, but in large part to they want to wait and hold off on things until they feel like they got all their ducks in a row before they have children.
It could be some of that. I was one of those people that tried to have more of my life together before doing it, because I felt like for me, and we talk about it's difference in perspective. I felt like it would be more selfish for me to go have children and not be able to bring them into a better environment. Yeah. And therefore I was like trying to get myself together to a certain point. And once I got of a certain age, I was like, okay, it's now or never. You know what I'm saying? Like, why keep, no need to continue to push it. You know what I'm saying? I'm of the age. Yeah. Once I cracked them 30s, it was like, okay, if it happened,
like how much longer are you gonna wait till you're ready?
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, you feel like you probably never feel like you ever are ready. Like, nah, I need to pay off this debt. I need to make sure I'm in this job. And you just keep on waiting and keep pushing.
Yeah, well, that's what my father told me. He's like, you're never gonna feel ready. You just don't. And that was part of the conversation. But with that being said, that was a part of my mindset also. But I don't feel like it's entirely that with this generation. It's probably an aspect of it, but I think there's another part of it where they ain't got no interest in it. They don't have interest in children. They just don't want to. It don't look appeasing to them, and they want to do the things that make them happy in life, and to follow the tradition of get married, have the picket fence in the house with the big dog and the big wedding, and have the kids. it ain't the goal, man. You know, they want to be in the streets. They want to have hot girl summers. They want to go out and be polygamous. They want to rent an apartment forever. Nobody wants to buy homes anymore. And they just want to, you know, do whatever makes them happy. You know, that's their thing. They want to they don't dress up anymore. They want to be casually dressed. Everybody's in workout clothes, but nobody goes to the gym except to take pictures. And that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's entirely just wanting to be ready as much as this. I'm not interested.
Yeah, I say, like, there's multiple reasons for it. That's definitely, I can see that as definitely being a reason. Like if you polled 100 Gen Zers, that's probably what they would say too, in large part. That
both reasons.
Yeah. But in large part of what you're saying too, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Like a lot of it attributes to music. You know, they want a sexy rated out, like you said, hot girl summer, hot boy summer, whatever it is. I ain't got time for kids. I'm trying to get the nice whip. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, forget the house, the traditional routes of things, and getting set up at the age of 25 and being an old man and settling and looking like the old guy at 28, 29 years old. I feel like the youth are becoming youthier in a sense, to where the quintessential idea of a 30-year-old in the 80s is drastically different from a 30-year-old in 2025 in large, like in its majority, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you definitely on that, man. It's an interesting subject, man, but it's even more interesting that they said society will not be able to make it at the route we're going. So ultimately, we need Gen Z to lose. We need Gen Z to lose so Homo sapiens can continue to roam the earth, man. Else it'll just be plants and wildlife out here, man.
But hey, look, there might be a good thing though, man. Like if they just eliminate themselves, like as far as like, all right, they come in and wave and they don't have no babies and out, the alphas are in and they start. They're the ones to procreate at the higher level, higher rate. We might be better off.
On to something here. You might be on to something. Sounds
cruel. Let the air come and go.
To have kids. I agree with you on this. You're making a fantastic point. Everybody shouldn't procreate, man. Some of y'all should let y'all genetics just die off and be forgotten about with the Neanderthals. This is a fantastic point you're making, man. This is.
Let them come and go. Let the wave come and go, man.
God don't make no mistakes. If you put it on your heart, you got to follow it. If it's on your heart not to have kids, some of y'all shouldn't have kids, man. This is great, man. You changed my whole viewpoint on this thing. This is, boy, you smart, boy. You said some good stuff right there.
Boy, you went from we in trouble to actually, you know what? Save humanity.
This is saving humanity. I think you own to something, man. Yeah, man. Your tight jeans and your purses is out with the wind, man. And we gonna come in with the new generation, and they gonna do what they supposed to do. You know what I mean? I like this. I like this. This is good. This is good stuff,
There's
man.
Hope. There's hope,
man. There's hope, man. Hey, bro, speaking of being out, man, you know, this is the worst segue. We're going to take it. You know, they always say death comes in threes, man. So we're going to give us a little RIP to 3 people we lost here in the past week. Some receive a more well-received RIP than others. Some, you know, got mixed reviews on their way out the door. But,
you know, for sure. You know, we got
Malcolm, brother Malcolm. We all felt good about Malcolm. You know, we were like, man, you know, we done.
That was like you lost your cousin. Yeah, it felt like you lost your cousin.
Yeah, man, everybody wanted to be like them.
You know what I'm saying? It felt like you lost a cousin. You know, we lost the all-American hero.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know. I don't know how to respond to that because the Bros is not happy. The Bros is celebrating that one. You know what I'm saying? Like they took that like a pat on the back.
I did want to get into
bad, this. But then I don't feel like I can say I felt bad. You know.
Matter of fact, let's hold off on this because I want to get into this. That is something that I did have on my heart to talk about because it pulls you in 2 different directions, man.
We talked about that last week. Sometimes you got to fight the 2 sides of yourself, you know.
But when it comes
my little kid versus my black card, I ain't trying to wear the coon jacket, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't trying to wear the coon jacket either. But at the same time, what did it mean to your childhood? Let's get into these cigars first. and then we're gonna come back to this.
Cigars, man.
Let's go to the
and
cigars.
RP Ozzy also, man. Before we move totally on from that, but yeah.
Too. But yeah, let's get to these cigars. I need to come back to that. I do need to come back to this. All right, so man, let me get into what I'm smoking real quick. I have I went to the realm of something that we talked about. That's something that's been on your vitriol list for a while, and we good. We gonna try them out to see where they going. This is Romeo and Julieta.
I was gonna try to tease it. Go ahead, go with it. Okay. I was gonna tease it.
Romeo
I was gonna cut you off and be like, right back after this commercial break and go into mine. But it's cool. Go ahead, go with it.
I'm in the realm of Romeo, and we all know this was my introduction into the cigar world. My very first brand I've ever smoked was a Romeo, and it was enough to get me hooked, to get me into the fold, to say this is what I like to do. Cigars are now my thing, based off my first experience with cigars and with Romeo and Julieta. But since then, they haven't really been on one for the last decade and a half. It's been they've been MIA. Where you at, Romeo? And we always talked about, do they have something that's in that upper level price point that's going to be good enough to keep people coming back? And I found one today. This one was priced at $30, so we in that high price range. It's their 150th anniversary, so we know Romeo to be one of the pillars. 150 years of Romeo. They've been around for a while, a century and a half, and they're celebrating it with this 105th anniversary stick, priced at $30. Trying to see if they got one. Do they have one? All right, so this one, it is Ecuador Sumatra for the wrapper. The origin is Dominican Republic. Filler, Dominican, Honduran, and Peruvian. Binder, Mexican, San Andreas. Those are all the things. This is a mashup, man. This is a mashup. Mild on the profile rating. So far, so good. I wanted to hold off to give you my first few puffs feel, but when I lit this thing up before we started the show, that first few puffs was top notch. Top notch. I have to say that it got off the ground running on a high note. So Romeo,
did it get off the ground on the top shelf, or did it get off the ground behind the glass? I mean,
that's a good point.
It's a difference.
I can't say top shelf yet. I don't think it's not that first light. Hey, I got that V Melanio feeling. It didn't give me that. I ain't saying it gave me that. That's elite.
So it definitely wasn't. They didn't have to pull the keys out to come get it out the case for you. Then I ain't even gonna go there. If you couldn't grab it off,
when I picked it up.
No, when you actually just smoked it right now, and did it make you feel like you grabbed it off the top shelf, or did you feel like they had to come from behind the counter to give it to you? Like what? That's what I was asking.
Okay. I see what you're saying. I would say it felt like a top shelf cigar, not a exclusive behind the glass elite. This one's gonna knock your socks off. First impression.
Okay.
So I'll keep it right there.
We'll keep it there. That's cool. All right. Well, for me this week I got Monte Cristo. I got the Platinum. Come on, come through. Boom. Anyway, Platinum Churchill. You know what I mean? That's what I got. Came in a little tubos, as they say. Boom. Price point on this thing was $18.29. Boom. Still got the receipt on me. That's how recent that was. And we'll go through what I got in it. I got Dominican Republic is the country of origin. We got a Mexican wrapper. We got DR binder. We got fillers from DR, Nicaragua, and Peru. Interesting enough.
We all in the
same?
We floating around the same. We floating around the same regions.
Yeah, same regions, same ballpark. And this got off to a good start also. And I'm gonna say what was interesting about this. That Mexican wrapper, it gave me that San Andres feel when you get those. But it felt better than normal for some reason. It blended better than normal. It felt like it was actually the correct rapper to use for this
Yeah,
particular
because like
stick in
usually
order
San
to meld
Andreas feel
everything together.
San Andreas usually feels like a punch in the mouth. Like anytime I have like a San Andreas rap, I feel like a punch in the mouth. Like, hold on, wait.
It jumps out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But same with mine. Same with mine. It was received very well.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very, very smooth start, man. I like it so far. So we're gonna see where it goes. And pretty well reviewed stick, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot the number, but it was, they had it up in the 90s somewhere where it was rated, but I don't remember the number now.
All right, let's take the
Might
journey
have
and
been
see what
96.
See what this Mexican San Andreas and all this good stuff that we got going on is worth the journey. But circling back to
Hulk. Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Hulkamania, Theo, all these guys, especially that they played to our youth. Like, so when Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away, he felt like he lost a cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Somebody you grew up with, watching the Cosby Show in the 80s, early 90s. Then a lot of the other shows that he's done since then. He's always been that staple of your youth, right? So that's why we all kind of felt that, because he's a staple of our youth. But now we got Hulkamania. We got Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan has rubbed, the brothers the wrong way over recent years.
Yeah,
he's
got caught on tape being a little out of pocket, and we never forgave him for it. So
out of pocket. So do you like you mentioned? Do you like him more so to the race card? How his later years kind of played to that versus what you experienced in your youth, man? Like that's you can't take that away, regardless. Can't take that away. One of the
probably
the most recognizable
this week
wrestlers of his time, and definitely for the time frame when we were younger. We didn't come up in the Rock era. That was later. Stone Cold. That's for the
we were teenagers by then.
The other generation.
Trying to get some girls by then. But yeah.
But when we were walking around thinking we wanted to, play wrestling, who you gonna be? We were saying Ultimate Warrior. You want to be Hitman Hart.
Yeah.
You want to be Hulk Hogan.
You had Ric Flair. You had Undertaker. You had those guys. Yeah.
Nah, my clown. Because like I grew up with brothers. Two older brothers, and we played wrestling. Yeah. And you picked the character who you wanted to be. And Hulk Hogan was one of the characters you chose to pick.
Yeah.
That was top he wanted to be like.
Yeah.
So it has some nostalgia. It has some ties to your youth, the things you looked up to, but of course not everybody's art or their entertainment value is tied to who they are in their personal lives. But at the same time, the character of the individual it was beloved to us. It was.
Yeah. That's the conversation I literally had the day he passed away with somebody. And it's like I'm always torn with that. Now the person that I was talking to, they was like, F them and may burn in hell. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much how they felt about him, but I was like, and ultimately I had to concede to that, because it's like, okay, I get both sides, but that's why I can't commit to a side. I get the point of view. I found out you're a piece of trash and as a human, so therefore I don't rock with you no more. But I also get the point of view of I like you for what you do in your art or your craft, and that's really all you owe me. And your legacy is your legacy, and what you did outside of that ain't got nothing to do with your legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't. You get what I'm saying? Like
yeah. And ultimately, what does it have to do with
what
me?
he did in the ring on camera is all he owed me. Outside of that, all them white boys is probably racist. You know what I'm saying? It was in the wrestling game back then.
Yeah, you weren't my neighbor. I did run into you at the grocery store. Like, you didn't do anything to me personally, no matter how your viewpoints were and how you felt or how you looked at certain individuals. I mean, it matters, but
once you find out, it makes it difficult. But what are we judging him on? Are we judging him on his career, or are we judging him on as a human? Because if we can play this game with everybody, that he can blow it with R. Kelly. Is it the music, or is it who he is as a person? Then it gets weird once they start doing it with like people like Martin Luther King, because you can bring up his personal life.
Yeah. So are you going
and Malcolm was probably a better guy personally, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But they hated him career wise.
Are you going to throw Martin Luther King away because he has some personal woes that you don't agree with?
Yeah, so it gets fishy, you know, once you step into that world, because now you set yourself up where you can be a hypocrite. Now, if you're willing to embrace it, so be it. You know, fight your battle.
Hulk Hogan,
I find it weird.
All like
and not comparing Martin Luther King to Hulk Hogan in no way whatsoever.
Say what again?
I said, and not comparing. Let me make that clear. Hulk Hogan and MLK not on the same wave at all. It's a comparison to make that, but it ain't. They're not the same.
And that's the point I'm making too. Like, he's not somebody who was trying to impact society in a way to where his views are being pushed on people. Yeah. Your views didn't really matter because
he was a character.
Your views didn't influence people. Your character influenced people.
Yeah,
you know, who
he was
you
a
were,
fictional character.
All-American hero was what people, you know what I'm saying, rooted for and gave them hope in some kind of sense. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Now, what your personal views were had no insertion into the world at large. Yeah. So what does that really mean, or how does that even really impact me or other individuals? Right. What we've seen on screen.
I know the fictional character. Yeah.
So to me,
I know Rocky Balboa, not Sylvester Stallone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the character. Like,
so what's his real name? Terry
Bollea or something like that.
So I'm gonna say this: we lost Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Whoever Terry was,
his family lost him. You know, like
there you go. His family lost Terry. We lost Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Hulk never showed me on camera he was a racist. Terry is who I know to be a racist. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
when they try to say when they say Robert was this, but R. Kelly was that. Hey, let's do the same thing. Let's do the same thing.
It's the same, you know.
Terry
but at the same time,
different people.
I'm gonna tell you right now though, if the bros come and try to put the coon jacket on me, I'm flipping though. You know what I'm saying? All right, Hulk, I did it, but you know, forget it. They right. You know what I'm saying?
You out with the brothers.
I'm out with the bros, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta ride with the bros, man. So if they say this stance is bad, you know. I feel it, but I gotta renege on it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, look. As militant as I've always been, I'm standing on what I'm saying. They can have a conversation.
I believe what you're saying is the correct thing. You know what I'm saying?
they have a conversation with me. Matter of fact, let's have a conversation. You know what I mean? Whatever. But I don't ride with
Dr.
Terry.
Umar come sit you down. You like, hey, let's talk about it, Umar.
let's talk. It's fine. I'm with it. I'm standing on my words of how I feel about it. We lost Hulk Hogan, and I'm gonna mourn the loss of Hulk Hogan, and give a nod to my youth, man. My nostalgia. It matters. Yeah. It matters to me. You know what I mean? So whatever.
Like I say, I get both sides of the coin. I think the side we're saying is more correct. You know what I'm saying? Sincerely, that's the correct side. But if the race war break out, I got to choose a side, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not totally convinced it ain't gonna break out. So you know, I'm just gonna teeter on wherever the bros tell me I gotta go. You know, if I gotta go, I put my head down and just go over to across the line and go over.
Sorry, Hogan. There's other wrestlers. You weren't the only one.
Hulk ain't worth the fight for me. Put it that way. That's what I'm getting at. Really, Hulk ain't the one I'm really willing to die on that hill.
And then when it comes down to it, he was never my favorite wrestler anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was never my favorite anyway.
And his special move was weak. His move was almost Karl Malone's signature dunk.
It was the equivalent of that. It was exactly that. Yes, it was exactly that.
That leg drop ain't hurt nobody. I ain't worried about that. Nobody worried about no leg drop.
But shout out to Hulk, man. You know what I'm saying? And
would we dare to say he was the least athletic wrestler of all time though, as far as popularity?
Out of the top most popular ones, probably. You know what I'm saying? Probably so.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
say he
no
was a
flesh.
problem in the locker room too. I heard he was ruining people's careers backstage. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why he was so popular. But they say he was a mother on both sides in real life and the character. So I don't know. How else do you get that big without being coordinated? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I mean, he
yeah,
was a good talker, and that's the most important
he was
thing in
not like
wrestling.
Mr. Perfect, and he had an ill hairstyle.
Yeah, and he was 22 when he had that hairstyle, so it was just like,
Man, had to join the back with just
yeah, with the
Chico Bean
do-rag
before
covering it
Chico
up.
Bean with Chico Bean.
Yeah, man, he was Chico Beaning. He was Chico Beaning early. Hey, look, man, I wish somebody would have just
I'm gonna
gave
just let
Hulk the
this go.
fibers, man. If somebody would have taught Hulk the fibers before he left, man, it would have been cool to see him look like young
With a
Hulk
full
once
head of hair.
again. Yeah, yeah. Just fill all
Full
this
head.
in with the fibers and stuff, man. Like they should have gave him a little wig or something, man. You know, hit him off with like a little toupee or something, man.
Yeah, put a unit on him. Give him a nice little
Yeah,
unit.
yeah. The unit. Yeah, they should have sent them overseas and gave him a unit for his funeral. It ain't too late. If y'all love Hulk, man, or
Put him in
Terry,
turkey.
give Terry the unit for his send off. You know. These is jokes, man.
Matter of fact,
We
put a
just
fade
said
on him.
he meant a lot to our childhood. These is jokes, you know.
Put a fade on. Get one of them fade units. You ever seen the
Yeah.
Donald Trump meme? We has the Caesar fade or like with the
No,
wave. You
I
ever seen
ain't
that
seen it.
before?
Never seen it. You had to send that
No
one to
time.
me at some point.
Yeah, man. We need to hook him up with
But
that.
yeah, man. It's a tough world we live in today, man. People hold everything against you, man. You know, even when you die. They did OJ the same way. You know what I'm saying? OJ died and he was never proven guilty of nothing other than stealing his own stuff back, you know, and they they gave him the middle finger on the way out the door.
You ain't never seen Donald
No, I ain't seen that. Why he look like Benzino though? That's what I want to know.
Trump out here looking like Benzino.
Looking like Benzino, man. God, no, that's crazy. He had them clean ways. His ways look like my
I'm about to
joints
say the
used to
waves
look
are
back in the
clean though.
day.
360s, man.
Yeah,
Seasick. I'm seasick.
seasick, man. Man, it's crazy, man. Crazy times, man. Bro, you want to get into a little review of these cigars, though, man? Or we just gonna
I mean, we can. I mean,
keep
we
it
just
pushing
introduced
on
them
them?
like 5 minutes ago now. But
Yeah,
not
you
yeah,
right.
but I'm about almost done with my first third though, man. And
Well, that's
I
what I'm
gotta
saying. We
say,
started early anyway, and we really didn't give them no info on it. So
yeah, I gotta say this thing is nice, man. This thing is nice. So it has a strong cocoa bean flavor. Um, Light on the spice, but the spice is there. The spice is just right. Um, Nice earthy tones. Um, it's just like it has this particular richness I'm not able to pick out just yet. I retro held this bad boy a couple times and it had this richness, but I can't put a finger on it just yet as far as like what that boldness that's really sticking out to me is. So as we get to the to the second half of this, hopefully I'll find out exactly what that is. I'm trying to hone in on it, but it's nice. It's nice, definitely enjoyable to this point. Top notch.
So for me, I'm actually having a subtle spice, like you said, also. And I got a nice marriage going between some flavors that gives a richness that I haven't quite figured out yet. It's almost an element of sweetness combined with leather and cedar doing the perfect blend paired with this Mexican wrapper. You know what I'm saying? And it's creating a very smooth, good note. Very medium, almost a lightness to this stick. I noticed this isn't this is probably more headed towards a full body than a medium. I mean, than a medium light stick, but it's a lightness, Ella. It's very light also to it, man. It's a very intriguing cigar so far, man. I'm very into it, man. I'm into it so far. But you see, I ain't got that far into it. I have actually dumped this already because I had to
Yeah.
relight. So it's more
Yeah,
than
mine's
that, you know.
burning a whole lot faster than yours.
Nah, I'm deeper than this. I've dumped already on this thing, man. You know, but probably about I dumped about that much off. So
Okay. But either way, off to a good start. Off to a good start.
Yeah.
Hey, so last week you're the one who brought this to my attention, and of course, started hearing a little bit more and more about it throughout the week. So a CEO got caught with his with his side piece at a Coldplay concert. Got caught on video, red-handed, all hugged up.
Hey man, rephrase this, man.
Okay.
HR employee
HR.
got caught with her side piece, who happened to be the CEO, and she was being hugged up on.
There we go. Her side piece, not just his side piece.
Because they were both cheating, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so why we got to frame it where the guy was the cheater? You know what I'm saying?
I have heard that she was recently divorced. That's what I heard.
Always going.
That's what I heard.
Put the cape on.
Divorced, but he could be the reason why she got divorced. Because I'm pretty sure this ain't the first time they was hugged up.
Hey man, it ain't the first time she cheated. Maybe. How about that? Maybe that's the second dude she been with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there we go. He probably
maybe she a serial cheater. We gonna just put it out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We all making up stuff anyway. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, it's all speculation until all the details are put out. The timelines, the this, the that, the reason why she's divorced or whatever. Ain't no telling. But like you said, I do agree, and I'm glad you went there. It's not always the man who's the guilty party in the equation.
We got to be evil all the time.
So matter of fact, yeah, since I have noticed that all of the news feeds or the highlighted points, memes, and this and that, it's always the man, the CEO, and then it's the woman after that. They have done that. Media is always trying to trick us.
Yeah, man. You know, because they like to present it like this high-ranking guy is out here doing wrong in the world, you know, and he's taking advantage of this poor little HR woman or something.
It's like Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. What if Monica Lewinsky was the aggressor? What if she's the one who, and Bill finally gave in?
I mean, it makes sense. Just as much as it makes sense that he was the aggressor, it makes sense she was the aggressor. Who's the more attractive one in the equation?
Yeah, you're the president. You got you running the country. Why wouldn't she want you? He's the CEO. Why wouldn't she want to be attached to that?
Why wouldn't she?
Yeah, we spinning the narrative. He's
the more attractive one in the equation.
He wasn't even trying to be out there. He didn't want to be at no Coldplay concert.
At that age, what guy want to go out to a concert? My wife can't drag me out to no concert. She's been trying to drag me to concerts for the past 2 years. I don't want to go. I know that CEO didn't want to go.
He wasn't trying to be out there. He wasn't trying to be seen. He tried to be low key. He's CEO.
He did that for her.
He's trying to be on a boat somewhere, exclusive. You can't see me. You can't find me. Ain't nobody able to take pictures of me. I'm a CEO. I'm out here. He was at a concert.
Like she turned around when they got caught. He brought her friends along too for her. He like, hey, man, you can come through, man. Bring your girls to me. Y'all want to do that? All right, man. Let's all go meet up. He showed up as her plus one. He was her plus one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So now when you put it that way, that makes sense. He wasn't trying to be out there.
Nah, man. He won't, man. He was just trying to fit in, man. The corny dude, he was trying to fit in. He was just trying to be cool so he wouldn't lose his girl because he liked her and that was his little side fun. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was it.
But I guarantee one thing, I bet he'll never do that again. I bet he'll never give in again.
Bet he will. He looked like the type. He's gonna keep giving in. I got you. You know he looked like a sucker.
Hopefully, when I think about somebody who's on the CEO level, you got there, I would hope, on your own merit and by being stuck to your principles. So you get burned. Hopefully, I would like to think that he'll go back to his principles and be like, you know what? I got caught out there. I got caught bad. Only because I got caught lacking. I gave in on my principles. So now this is the result of me giving in on my principles. He stay to his principles.
Bro, you speaking like a guy that has experienced with women who would be smart enough to know that. This guy don't know, bro. He ain't had enough women to know. You know what I'm saying? He up right now because he's the CEO of some unknown company. He don't know how to deal with women. He don't know how to adjust.
So now you think he's a victim of his success. So the nerdy kid in high school, he ain't getting no girls. He finally got some pull in the world. He finally got a little bit of clout, got a name to himself. He's a CEO, got some money, and now he out there in that realm.
He on the realm.
Inexperienced.
He got offered. He got inexperienced. He got an offer on the table. He didn't know what to do with it, but he could. He was like, it was hard to turn down. So it got him. Like I think Chris Rock said in the comedy special, he was like, man, you can stop chasing, but it's hard to run. You know what I'm saying? If you got offers, it's gonna catch up to you. Oh, you got me. Oh, my leg. Like if enough giant chasing you, eventually it's gonna run you down. You know what I'm saying? One of them gonna run you down. It's gonna be hard to run away from all of them. And that's what this guy had. He got ran down by something, and he didn't know what to do. And he was out here hugging up at the concert in public, like he don't know no better. Like
you know what? That makes
he was in there loving that joint. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be out there loving your piece. You know what I'm saying? He was out here. He was doing bad. Like
what's that quote that Demo used to say back in the day?
I don't know, man. I don't know no Demo.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know who you talking about or what quotes you saying, bro. So, but I'm just saying, like this dude here was.
We'll talk about it after the episode. I'll jog your memory.
I don't know nothing, bro. But what I do know is that dude right there was in a bad position because he don't know no better, man. And hopefully he learned from his mistake and his wife will forgive him, man. That's where I stand at in it. He'll do better. You knew better, you do better.
I mean, like you said, like hopefully, like I said, hopefully you get smacked one time, you learn your lesson. You get back, like I said, you get back to your principles and be like, man, I got caught out there bad. Let me get back to my
work. Yeah, let me get back to work, man. Let me get focused. Especially when you find out how many snitches out here.
And that's what I was going to ask. Like when it comes down to that, like the snitch level in the world, right? Because if somebody got put on the jumbotron, you don't necessarily know who they are or whatever. I'm pretty sure the world at large didn't know who this guy was in order for him to go viral. And the fact that the CEO from a company, which is a bunch of CEOs, and all of these, even the most popular companies, we don't know their face, we don't know their name, we don't know who they are. We definitely don't know who HR is. No. So how did this one individual or this CEO of this one business company or whatever get put on blast to where it goes super viral, right? All the CEOs, I can't name you 5 CEOs of some of your most popular companies, but this one CEO got put on blast because somebody decides, one, to take advantage of technology, which is a beast of its own that we got to be concerned with. And then people who are too involved in other people's business for him to even go viral. Like, why are you viral? Because you're hugged up with a female. I don't know who that female is. And I'm pretty sure 99.9999% of the people who was at the Coldplay concert didn't know who it was either. So how did this get out the way it got out?
I tell you exactly how I got out like that. Because the era we live in, all y'all ain't nothing. Y'all suck. You know what I'm saying? Like the era we live in, y'all suck. Humanity sucks. And this is why, to take it back to what we said earlier, it's good some of y'all ain't having kids, man, because y'all gonna raise little snitch kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it this way, right? They acted awkward. It was a moment in a show. The guy in the show actually said, oh, look how weird they acted. They must be out here cheating. It was a moment, a private moment among all of y'all there. After that happened, it should have blown over. But somebody whipped their phone out and snapped a picture of them and said, let me figure out who this is. Why are they acting like this? Some captain head or handy head. What do you remember the dude on In Living Color with the head? Detective head. That's some detective head acting dude. The head detective. Somebody went out there like the head detective and had to go figure out who this person was. And it's just like, why did you have to go research and figure out,
Yeah.
oh, this is the CEO of this person. This is what his wife looks like. Ooh, this girl doesn't look like that. Matter of fact, this girl, oh, she's this person and she works for the same company. And she's got a husband also. You did a lot of research to ruin two people's lives.
A lot of work. Yeah. And you took your own time, took away from your own time and your own effort to go and dig into somebody else's business. Like, why?
That it should have just been look at those weird people. Look how they acting. You should have laughed with your homies and moved on to the next person on cam and laughed at how silly they looked on camera too. But instead, they made this whole thing out of it because people are nosy and they're no good and they're snitches. And I remember when I was growing up, you minded your business. And I'm calling them snitches because we ain't talking about no crimes. This is nothing criminal. You know what I'm saying? As far as being jail time
let's call them this tattletales then.
Tattletales. They're tattletale. You know how many people, like growing up, when you saw people do stuff they ain't had no business doing, or you might even seen people cheat. You mind your business. You talk amongst yourselves like, man, dang, man, so-and-so out there. I saw so-and-so with them today, but you don't go get the news back to their people.
We were told to not be a tattletale. Don't be no tattletale. Yeah. We were told that being a tattletale was a bad thing. You don't go telling other people business. You don't be a tattletale. Like I remember being in elementary school. Oh, Johnny said, no, don't be no tattletale. No matter what it is they were doing, albeit not the right thing, don't be no tattletale.
Right.
And then of course you learn on the
block. It's totally different from committing crimes, shooting and killing, and robbing people. But if you just out here doing whatever you doing, that ain't none of my business. I ain't see nothing. It ain't my business. I don't want to have to explain that. Like if I'm walking down the street and I see two people I know and they creeping, oh snap. You know what I'm saying? And keep going. Like, but mentally noted, but I ain't about to go put it out there. Like, oh, let me get on the internet and tell the world what I saw today. Like,
but see, that's the thing. That's this new technologically advanced world is that we gotta feel like we're breaking news all the time.
Yeah,
we always gotta feel like we're breaking news. We gotta be the first one to tell the story. Yeah, go viral. All these things that people are so engulfed in clicks and stuff like that and likes and I got some content that's gonna go viral. This one's gonna break the internet, whatever, however you want to perceive it. That this is the lunch that people will go to.
Yeah, and this new exposed culture too.
Unknown people, exposed culture. Yeah, that all of that exposed culture. Got to get some kind of attention, notoriety, all of this stuff. Like just hungry for that attention. Yeah, I did that. I put that out there. Like that's a badge of honor. That's a badge of honor.
Badge of honor. I ruined somebody's life because I told on them. You a sucker. You're like you take pride in that. Like I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get the need to want to expose people, man. I have no urge to expose nobody as nothing. They'll expose themselves in due time. I don't take pride in that though, and the people that take pride in that is strange behavior. You it seems very unhappy to me. You know what I'm saying? To want to do that.
Yeah, you should have enough going on in your own life that I got to worry about me. I ain't got time to worry, and that's one thing I notice even like in the work environment, more your day to day. Like I have way too much going on in my life to worry about what somebody else's life is. What's happening? As long as they ain't harming my children, they're not harming my family. They're not taking food out of my mouth. Like if none of those things are happening, I ain't got no business with. I got no dealings. I got no dealings,
bro. And you just said it. Take it to the work environment. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, this was something that spilled over from the work environment. Obviously. How often in the work environment do you see two people that look like they're getting real friendly? They're going to lunch together, and people make assumptions, but you mind your business. If they are significant other come to work to go to lunch with them, you don't go run and go tell on them to their significant other.
Hey, they going to lunch with. Yeah, they've been on lunch 3 times
room every day. Like, and a lot of times that stuff don't even be true, man. You know, I done been a part of those rumors and stuff before. I wasn't hitting nothing that they said I was hitting. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they assume it's so much going on. Like it ain't even that serious a lot of times. Mind your business. Stop stirring stuff up. Like
you said, that comes from unhappy individuals. They ain't got nothing else in their life. They ain't got nothing going on for them. They ain't got enough business about themselves, and they got to be in other people's business.
Yeah, ain't nobody flirting with them. Ain't nobody taking them to lunch or sitting in the break room with them.
you ain't at the Coldplay concert hugged up with them, so you mad about it? Who she thinks she is? And I guarantee you, it wasn't somebody coming at him. It was probably some female coming at her.
Probably
had to be because usually that's how it goes. Like, well, no, okay, it's either a female mad at the dude. Okay, so it could be that, right? Because she didn't get chose, so she wouldn't go tell it because she didn't get chose, or somebody didn't like her, so they wanted out that. Maybe. Not saying that's what's happened, but usually when it comes down to it, hate to say it, but it's usually the female.
Hey, man.
Because, like, I mean, the dudes tell
today probably. I don't put nothing past them today.
The Gen Z's do. The Gen Z's.
Yeah.
That generation, they probably do.
The Gen Z is with the shiny thighs and the purses and the little bitty shorts. They do, but I don't know.
Little baby.
I don't know. Little baby. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm assuming they do tell. I ain't putting nothing past them. Back in the day, dudes told back in the day too, but they were usually like salty they didn't get the chick. Y'all were both competing for the girl, and if they didn't get it, then you could run into that.
I don't even think so. Even if they were salty, I feel like more so than not, they took that on the chin.
More so than not, yeah. I agree with you there, though. I agree with you there. But I'm just saying, if there's a scenario where guys tell, that was the one, But yes, more so than not, guys took it on the chin and went for the next one. Their second option. You know what I'm saying? Because you just keep playing the game. Like,
you play the game.
Numbers game,
That, so be it. But I think we got way too much access to technology, too much access to the world. For one, you shouldn't be able to even have taken that video and been able to find out who these two people were, especially if you didn't know them, you weren't in their work environment, because I guess they were already with coworkers and friends and stuff like that. So it had to come from somebody else who was in a crowd of random, from what I'm thinking.
And pulled them off their LinkedIn more than likely. That's the worst part. They probably found them off their LinkedIn. They didn't even get them off of Instagram or nowhere. Like,
but it's just like the fact that technology could even allow for somebody to be able to determine who two people are that just was looking at it, had a weird, awkward moment. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
When technology goes.
Speaking of that, man, so a few episodes back we said there would be signs, right? You remember us talking about there'd be signs. So
okay, we got signs.
Anyway, I was in this sunglass store picking out some Meta glasses, right? And there was a dude in there trying some on with me. And what he was saying was, he was like, hey, he was asking the rep, will these allow me to be able to, when I see somebody, I can ask who they are and they'll be able to tell me who they are? And the rep was like, no, it won't let you do that. He's like, but I thought it was AI. AI won't let me do that? No, you can't intrude on people's privacy. It ain't going to just be able to scan people and tell you who they are. Why would I want it if I can't do that? And I'm like, you creepy dude. Why do you want to do that? Like, why would you want to do that? My brain can't even process why you would want that information. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't care who I'm walking up on unless I have a interaction with them and they rob me or something. Other than that, I really don't need to know who you are. Like,
I would say that this is a age of intrusiveness. This is an age of heavy intrusiveness.
Why do you just want to know who strangers are? Why do you want to be able to pull strangers? Hey, this is so and so that lives over on so and so street in this town, and
I have
height and weight.
I have experiences, and this is a slight turn from what we were just talking about. But I've had experiences and interactions with people where they swear up and down I'm secretive. They swear I'm mysterious or whatever the words might be. Like just people I know, like at work or whatever. And I'm like, you know about me what you need to know about me. How does who I am?
More do I owe you?
Yeah, I don't owe you anything. Like you don't need to know. Like it's either like a need for people to tell about their lives at a high level, or for people to find out about people's lives at a high level. I'm like, for all interactions I've ever had in my life, from a youth, teenager to now, is whatever realm I know you in, it's the realm I just need to know you in. If we do music together, you just need to know me on a musical level. If we work together, you just need to know me at work. And whatever it is that helps us get through the work day. I don't have to tell you about my life. You don't need to know this and that and the third about my inner workings of my brain. But it's just like, it seems abnormal to a lot of people that I've come in contact with as of recent. I would say like maybe over like the last 3 or 4 years, I've kind of noticed that, to where you have to let people into your world at a certain degree for them to think that you're not weird. And for me, it's like how I grew up is you need to know what you need to know.
Yeah, you earned that information.
You earn it throughout time. Yeah, you, and then whatever else that you get to know and learn, you'll learn it throughout time just by observing and being in somebody's presence, have maybe a random conversations, like certain things will come up that, oh, okay, I didn't know, really. Oh, that's cool. No, whatever. Like just regular conversation. But it's like people need to know more about you off rip.
Right.
Like, dude, we've been working together for 3 months. Why do you need to know all this stuff about me? You don't need to know anything other than what I'm doing right here in this sector of our lives that intersect, that cross. That's it.
Right.
But this is just the age of intrusiveness, in my opinion.
It is most definitely. It's that time where people just feel obligated to know everything about you, because we're in a time where everybody just gives all the information without holding anything personal to themselves. Like, and I know I'm strange as hell when it comes to that, because I'm the person that I only offer it when it's relevant to what we're discussing in the moment. You know what I'm saying? If it's relevant to the conversation, I share it. Otherwise, I probably won't just offer something that's random. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it just don't make sense to randomly say, unless we hanging out together and I'm passing time, keeping the conversation going.
Or some incident come up, like we're hanging out, and then I say something about maybe my house or something. Oh, I didn't know you lived in that neighborhood. Like just like certain things like that. Like, it comes up through time, like naturally.
And when it's relevant, it's got to be organic. I offer stuff organic. I feel weird offering people information that's not organic. I always feel like I'm gonna come off the wrong way, just offering something randomly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and guess what I got going on, guys? It's like I don't want to feel like I'm trying to brag or stun or nothing. It's weird, like, you know.
And on the flip side of that is that when I get that from other people, when they come up to me and just start talking to me and telling me stuff about their lives, I'm like,
why are you doing this?
Why are you telling me that? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
That's the other thing too, bro. I feel like, because I feel that way, I feel like that's how people are gonna feel if I offer information. So I just don't offer it until it's applicable. Like,
my lack of giving information out is mainly because I know I don't care about other people's information. So I'm gonna not, like, I feel like what you mentioned, that somebody else will look at me like, you're weird. Why are you telling me this? Because I'm gonna look at somebody else like, you're weird. Why are you telling me this? So that's actually my response.
That's exactly it.
Like, why?
That's exactly it. But we're in a time where it's not. We're the weird ones now for not wanting to offer it. Like, you know, it's social media has done that, though. You know, social media has done that
because everybody posts their lives. Celebrities aren't exclusive anymore. You know way more about your celebrities than what we used to. Like, they were mysterious in a sense, or they gave out what they needed to give out. You just know, you knew them on their art level, or what was relevant to what they were presenting to you, and that's all you needed to know. And we were satisfied with that. But now, if you're a celebrity and you're not telling all your business, you're weird.
And you know what? I actually like being able to fill the blanks in with my celebrities more so than them just having everything about them out there. You know, I prefer that, to be able to not know how corny you really are. You know what I'm saying? Don't show me that. Let me just assume you're this dude on the record. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know you're not, but let me just fill the blanks in. Okay, this smooth dude from the record. You know, I don't want to be like,
I keep seeing, like, every time Fat Joe has a like a clip of his podcast and he's talking, particularly the one
looking more like a liar.
They're like, yo, the more Joe talks, the more lame he's coming off, or the more like, yo, what are you talking about, dude? So it's like, at some point, It's okay to be quiet. It's okay to not tell that story. It's okay to just let somebody else talk. You interviewing somebody and not inserting your and just telling too much of your business that wasn't even asked for. And now people looking at you like,
look at this guy. This guy
and
here.
I think a lot of people become victim to that.
Yeah.
He's definitely doing that to himself. But it's like, you know what? Age of intrusiveness. Either people feel the need to tell too much, or people feel like they are like you owe them that information.
Yeah. That it just ain't, man. But Gen Alpha will take things back to the old ways. Everything's gonna come full circle, and I have entire faith in Gen Alpha not to be what Gen Z has done to this world.
They ruined it. They ruined it.
Just to come full circle with the conversation. With that being said, let's jump into the reviews. I'll go first because the most important information we can get is what a $30 Romeo y Julieta buys you in 2025. So with that being said, Monte Cristo, the Platinum Series, bam, 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 bam. The Churchill version of this has been quite the smooth cigar. It has had as I mentioned earlier, it had the cedar and it had the leather. And the leather was done very well with the cedar. Had the I said there was a subtle sweetness to it also. It felt like a dried fruit type of flavor is what that was. You know, that was giving like a little sweetness to it. It's got earthy notes on it. It's got you know, your typical tobacco notes that kind of just feel like regular tobacco. It had a little bit of spice in the beginning. I noticed. I don't pick up on it as much now. The San Andreas wrapper, or the Mexican wrapper, it didn't say San Andreas, but the Mexican wrapper did what it was supposed to be doing throughout this stick. Overall, the stick definitely has gone more into more of the medium to full experience. It's still got a very creamy smoke on it, creamy full body smoke on it. A good aroma comes off the cigar. Everything feels like it's been a very good blend. Incredible draw. So I would say this cigar has been constructed pretty well. I did have to relight once in the very beginning, but from that point forward, it's been doing what it does. I'd say overall, this stick was $18.29. And at that price point for what I got, I'm not upset with it. It is from 1 to 5. I'm gonna go with about a 4.2. 4.2.
Okay. That's solid for Monte Cristo doing this thing.
Yeah.
Definitely staying in the fold of being elite. Monte Cristo hardly ever from my experiences has ever let me down. Very few.
It didn't let me down. And of course I'm always biased towards the Maduro rappers and whatnot. They tend to do better scores for me. But with this having the Mexican rapper on it, it was good. It was very enjoyable. One of my preferred Mexican rappers. Because sometimes those Mexican rappers be the ones that I'll be dropping into the threes. You know what I'm saying? So they did a good job with it, man. So
yeah, those Mexican rappers have a little bit more bite than usual from my experiences. I don't know if it's the same for you.
Yeah, it's got a bite, and it reminds me of like a mix between the little light skin sticks and the like the Connecticut. It reminds me of a mix between a Connecticut and a Maduro, and it don't really know where it want to go sometimes. You know, it's just a unique flavor and I know I got one every time I taste it. You know, maybe I'm not describing it well, but I enjoyed it this go around. They did well with it for me.
Yes, sir. Okay, I like that. Shout out to Monte Cristo. All right, so I'm gonna go into my Romeo y Julieta, the 150th anniversary. So before I go into some of these notes, well, not notes, but information that I learned about the cigar while smoking it. I'm gonna talk about some of my tasting notes that I got. So off the initial draw, like I mentioned, that subtle spice, also some coffee bean. The cocoa taste I kind of went from like just a regular cocoa to a dark cocoa with that hint of spice. So like a little bit of bittersweet, but with some spice on top of it. That's just kind of like nailed it. I feel like they nailed it with how it kind of came together. Some good oak and natural tobaccos. Like I said, that richness that I got, I think it was from that dark chocolate kind of feel or taste that I got. A little bit of floral on the tail end. So I kind of noticed that I was trying to puff it like really intensely, to see if that floral is that something I was really picking up, and I got like this little floral aftertaste after like all the smoke is kind of like you blow the smoke out, and you kind of taste your palate, and it leaves you like with like a slight hint of floral, which is pretty pleasant when it comes to how it matches and meshes with those other cocoa, dark coffee bean type of hints. Never really get that too many times with cigars, but that definitely was a good mixture in here. And I think that kind of comes together with all the things, the mixed bag that this cigar actually has. When I looked at it and I was reading about some of the information on it, so the Ecuadorian Sumatra is from the AJ Fernandez production. The Mexican San Andreas binder comes from the Turret family. I don't know too much about them, but check this out. The Honduran and Peruvian long fillers come from the Plasencias.
There you go.
The Dominican long fillers come from grown by Jose Mendez. I don't know too much about them, but you see they're pulling from a lot of different areas, and especially some of your more greater spots like your AJ Fernandez and your Plasencias, and blending those things together, which made for a pretty decent blend. I don't even say a decent blend, but a pretty good blend. Like the blend was really, really nice, and that kind of tells me why I pulled so many different types of flavors into this particular stick. And it went well. It went well. It was a good marriage between all of those that they did. Very unique approach, but they pulled it off. I will say that Romeo, they got smart. I think they heard you. They went to the lab and they came out with something special for 150 years. And I think they heard you. They've been listening.
Good.
Romeo has heard. So give this bad boy a rating out of 5. I'm gonna go in and say a nice 4.3 with it. Nice 4.3. Okay. Do I feel like it could possibly be a little bit better with the tasting notes? Potentially, but I feel like they're on the right path to where they're giving me something that I really, really, really enjoy. At $30, would I probably pick this up again? Probably not. They bring this bad boy down to the like 25, 24, 23 range, then it's a go-to. Why? Because I got Placencia at $24. I got a Melanio V at 18, 19, maybe $20. So at 30, Romeo, you did what you set out to do, a higher price stick that actually does smoke very well. But will I grab this often? Probably not.
They still underachieved it because now it's overpriced. It took that much effort to get it there, and they need. Maybe they can't with all these different parties involved. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the price point they have to sell it at in order for it to be, the profit margin they're looking for, which means they underachieved it. They can't get it down to a reasonable price for quality versus price point.
Hey, Romeo can't win, huh? Can't win.
I'm just saying. That's just how I see it. But I don't know.
If Romeo is listening, bring this bad boy down to a $25 price point, maybe closer to 20. Then you got a dub. You got a dub. At $30, I feel like I can do better. But for this, it's good. It's good. They're on the right track, though. They are on the right track. Just make it more palatable to my wallet.
Hey, and you know what? That's fair coming from you because we have reviewed several $100 cigars on this show. So it ain't just us being cheap. We ain't say you got to come down to 15. Just bring it down about $4 or $5, and that's more your price point for your value. You know what I'm saying? So that's fair.
What's the you got I can't remember their names right now.
Old man problems, man. I ain't gonna join you.
What's our guys that we like to smoke?
No, you're all alone. No, I'm not gonna help you.
Come on. Throw me a live here.
Suffer by yourself.
It was one of the higher price cigars that we first kind of ran into. Man, I can't remember their names right now.
I'm not gonna help you.
but you got Placencia.
AB.
Huh?
Come on, say it. AB, come on, come up with it. AB.
Not Alec Bradley.
That was my first $30 cigar with Alec Bradley.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't. It's gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me to get this out. And I'm not gonna look it up right now. But there are other better price cigars that are really great, and I just feel like $30 is just way too much for this. Bring it down to that 20. Round other $10 range. Davidoff. There we go. Davidoff.
There you go.
Yeah, a lot of Davidoff that lives in 20 to 25. Those were the first sticks that we saw, like that I remember seeing in 25 that says, I need to get to that level of purchasing sticks on a regular level. So,
right,
bring it down. You can't be priced more than a Davidoff as a Romeo, because you got to bring people more to the fold. People gonna see Romeo at 30 and be like, but you got a really great cigar, and you want more people to be able to pick it up.
Hey man, shout out to Romeo though. Shout out to Romeo for the effort though, because I appreciate the effort without a doubt. I took a little shot at you here, but thank you.
And I went to great lengths, and we're going overtime because I had to clean it up for me, in my opinion. I had to clean it up. I had to clean. I felt responsible.
I get it. It's all respect, man. It's all respect. It all comes from a place of love, Romeo. You're top notch in our book.
We hard on Romeo for a reason because they need to be.
That's it.
Just it's tough love. It's tough love for me.
That's it. Me too. What'd you say from me? Okay. Yeah, me too. It's tough love.
Because from you, it feel like it's more vitriol. Like it's just tough.
I just discussed it with Romeo. Okay, man. It's tough love, man. I think the industry needs Romeo to be one of the top names, man. That's my personal stance. That's where I stand. So I want Romeo to be what Plasencia is in reality. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want them to be that, but I just feel like they missing the mark. Instead, they got to run the Plasencia and get them to, hey man, help me out with the fillers real quick, man. I'm struggling. You know, I just 150 in the game. I feel like you're supposed to be the OG. I just want them to OG.
Yeah. You should be a well-oiled machine at this point. Should be light work. Yeah. Believe a level. Light work. Right. They just roll them out. Right. Don't even say nothing. There you go. I'm gonna put that on your shelf. Smoke that. You love it.
Yeah, that's all it is, man. It's come from love, man. Maybe one day I get my weight up and I buy them. You know what I'm saying? And then I fix it.
You fix the company.
Yeah, I said it.
So I'm talking about. I'm with that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But anyway, man, that's it for this week's episode. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to the Cigars and Everything Else podcast. Keep your cigars up high. Don't let them Gen Zers ruin your life. And we out.